Okay, so hello guys. Um, so in this video, what I want to do is I want to do a limit. This one, so obviously this one is by rationalizing the denominator, and this is for cal 1. And we want to find this limit. So obviously it was very difficult. Obviously this limit, I will admit I did have a little bit of trouble with it. So what we have to do here is we have to go ahead and first of all we're gonna just direct substitution, right? Just like we always do. So I'm gonna put as x approaches 0 of 1 over, and let me go ahead and do this part really quick. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now obviously this can't work, right? It's a 1 over 0 kind of thing, minus 1 over 0. This is not 0, okay? So don't be tricked here. It's undefined. When it's undefined, it is undefined, meaning that that's indeterminate. So, so what else do we do, right? We're gonna go ahead and try to actually subtract this out. So we're going to go ahead and do 1 over x. So let's see, 1 over x, square root of 1 plus x minus 1 over x. And we're going to go ahead and subtract this out to simplify it. So we have 1 times x, so 1 times x. And then we're going to have minus, and we're going to do this part, 1 times x square root of 1 plus x, and we want to make sure that we put parentheses or brackets like this so that when it distributes in, we can put the negative symbol. It's good to make a habit out of that, even though for this part we don't really need that, but you know, for whenever you have a binomial, it's a good habit to do. So then, and then we're going to do all over this stuff right here. So we're going to do all over x square root of 1 plus x, and then all of this times x, right? And so we're just going to simplify this. So we're going to have x minus, and we're going to do the quantity x. So we have, so this right here becomes x square root of 1 plus x. And again, we're putting in parentheses for a reason. So then, because 1 times this is just this itself, right? So then we have over x squared, or I'm sorry, over x times, and it's going to be times, x. So x times x square root of 1 plus x. So then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and kind of do a little bit of, you know, we're just going to take these parentheses off, right? Since we don't really need them here. So we have x minus, and we have x square root of 1 plus x, and then all over x times x square root of 1 plus x. So then we can factor this out. So obviously we can factor x out of here. So we're going to have, this is going to equal the following, and we're going to have x times 1 minus the square root of 1 plus x. So that would be for that, right? And then all over, and like I said, on the bottom we already have an x here, so this kind of, you know, goes like that, and then we have times, and then we still have this stuff right here, so x square root of 1 plus x. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So so then here, let's see, hold on. So then what we're going to do here is this part is actually going to cancel out. So this is going to cancel out. And then we're going to be left with 1 minus the square root of 1 plus x over x square root of 1 plus x. Now, here, obviously, we still cannot do direct substitution because it still is going to give us some sort of indeterminate form. So we can't do anything with this, right? I mean, obviously, if you direct substitute, sorry guys, hold on. I don't know why. Obviously, if we direct substitute here, it is not going to be, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Obviously, if we direct substitute here, it's still going to give me like 0 over 0, obviously. So if we do like 1 minus the square root of 1 plus 0, and given that this is as x approaches 0 and then over, and then, you know, there's this part and this part, so then it's going to be 0 square root of 1 plus 0, right? And this is going to be 1 minus the square root of 1 over 0. So then this will be 1 minus 1 over 0, which equals 0 over 0, which still means, oh no, right? So we must do something else, right? It's still, you know, even though we kind of did all this stuff here, we still haven't had, you know, we're still not done here. And let me erase this actually. So what else can we do, right? We're gonna go ahead and grab this. So we're gonna rewrite this here. Let me rewrite it really quick. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and actually, so let me erase this here. We're gonna go ahead and actually do, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna multiply by, so multiply, actually let me multiply by conjugate of numerator. So you don't want to do the conjugate of the denominator because you want, the goal here is to have a sum and difference pattern, right? That's the goal here, because usually with a lot of limits like these, we always, you know, it always ends up being a sum and difference pattern. So that's why we want to get it to that. That's why we're not going to do the denominator, because it won't give us a sum and difference pattern like that. So we're going to grab this. So let me just kind of, you know, do this here. I'm just going to erase this part. Sorry guys, I have a lot of stuff written down. So we're going to go ahead and, you know, obviously the one that we can take the conjugate of when it comes to sum and difference pattern is this one. So if I look at 1 minus the square root of 1 plus x, the conjugate of this, and obviously if you remember from algebra, it's going to be 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. So we're going to multiply that on top and bottom. So let me just kind of grab this whole thing here if I can. Sorry guys, it literally keeps, I don't know why it literally keeps doing that. So if I grab this whole thing here, I'm just gonna like do this and then just kind of move it right here. So I'm just gonna move it over here. And obviously, like I said, we're going to do the conjugate. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. So we're going to do that. And as you can see, this becomes a sum and difference pattern. So 1 minus the square root of 1 plus x times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. Let me color code this part, guys, so that you can see it better. Okay, so then this is kind of what I get here, and what I'm going to do on the bottom of this, so I'm going to just do x square root of 1 plus x, and I'm going to do times, and I'm going to do the blue part 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. I will say, guys, do not cancel these two out, because that's going to just take you back to where you were. So now do the sum and difference pattern. So we obviously know the sum and difference pattern, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So if you don't remember that part, or if you don't remember that formula, it's very important to know for calculus. So we're just going to do, obviously this is a sum and difference pattern, so it's just going to be 1 squared minus, and we're going to do the quantity square root of 1 plus x quantity squared. And there's a reason why I'm putting it in parentheses, because I mean, obviously it's all being squared, right? So then on the bottom, I'm just going to put the same thing I did. So it's going to be x square root of 1 plus x, and then this part I'm just going to write it in black. So it's going to be times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. Okay. Now here we're going to just have 1 minus, and it's going to be 1 plus x, right? So again, we have our 1 here, and then we have our 1, 1 plus x here. So now, and like I said, the bottom stays the same. Okay, now this part just becomes 1 minus 1, so we're going to distribute this, minus x over x square root of 1 plus x times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. And so this part cancels out, obviously. So we're just left with negative x over x square root of 1 plus x times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. I can separate this out. So I can say that this is the following. Negative x over, it's going to be the quantity x times the square root of 1 plus x times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. Okay. And now obviously we know that these two things cancel out, so we're just going to do that. And we are left with negative 1 over the square root of 1 plus x, and goes like this, times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. And now let's try to see if maybe now we can do direct substitution to find the limit, right? So again, we're going to do the limit as x approaches 0. We're going to do negative 1 over, it's going to be the square root of 1 plus x times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus x. So if I do direct substitution here, going to be negative 1 over the square root of 1 plus 0, so plus 0, and then times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus 0. So then this following thing is going to give me the following thing. It's going to have negative 1 over the square root of 1 times 1 plus the square root of 1. And the square root of 1 is obviously 1, so we have negative 1 over 1 times 1 plus 1. So simple arithmetic at this point. And then this becomes negative 1 over 1 times 2, which just becomes negative 1/2. So therefore, thus, the limit as x approaches 0 of the quantity in the very beginning that I had, I'm just going to write this down, 1 minus the square root of 1 plus x all over or no, wait, I'm sorry. It was, give me 1 second, guys, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, guys, so the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over x square root of 1 plus x minus 1 over x will be negative 1/2. And that is how we do this problem, guys. I do apologize if this was really long. It was a very lengthy problem for this one. But with that being said, if anybody does have any questions, please let me know. And also, please like, comment, and or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.